We're going to go to the Oval Office. We're going to sign. We're going to release our great hostages that didn't do, for the most part, they didn't do stuff wrong.
One of President Donald Trump's first actions was to pardon 1,500 people charged in the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
He also commuted the sentences of a handful of others. According to the Justice Department, more than 730 people have been convicted in connection to the January 6th attack.
That includes 9 Iowans who are all receiving pardons from President Trump.
KCCI chief political reporter Amanda Rooker shows us what Trump's executive order means for them. Amanda?
Well, Stacey and Ben, these are the 9 Iowans, all found guilty of offenses connected to the riot at the U.S. Capitol 4 years ago. But their charges vary from assault of a police officer to felony obstruction of an official proceeding to picketing on U.S. Capitol grounds. But legal experts say these people receiving presidential pardons will have any and all crimes related to the January 6th attack washed away.
President Trump, outside of a narrow class of individuals, has just said it's all over, whatever the case might be, whether you're in prison or on probation, your crime is extinguished.
9 Iowans charged in connection to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol have had their offenses wiped away with the stroke of a pen. That includes Kyle Young of Redfield and Salvador Sandoval Jr. of Ankeny. Both were sentenced to at least 7 years in federal prison. University of Iowa law professor Andy Graywall says the pardon mandates their release.
President Trump has said that the Bureau of Prisons should do so promptly.
For the 7 other Iowans found guilty but not currently serving prison time, Graywall says the pardon essentially wipes away their conviction.
If they're filling out a job application and asked, have you ever been convicted of a crime, I suppose they can say no. Everyone may know that it happened, but that conviction has been erased.
Mass pardons like this are rare, but not unprecedented. Presidents Lincoln and Johnson pardoned many Confederate officers. And after the Vietnam War, President Carter pardoned several thousand draft dodgers.
The unusual aspect is that it comes early in a president's term, as we saw with President Biden, typically because pardons can generate political blowback. They happen when the president is walking out the door. Here it's when he's walking in.
Graywall says he's watching how Congress reacts.
There's nothing anyone can do to reverse the pardon, but this might raise questions about whether Congress could perhaps impeach a president over a pardon, or whether there might be a movement by the people to amend the Constitution to limit the president's pardon power.
Now, people who had to pay legal fees or fines, they will not get that money back. Also, records show that Kyle Young and Salvador Sandoval are still in federal prison. Sandoval's attorney told me he hasn't heard from his client, but he does expect him to be released soon. Stacey.
Amanda, thank you.